What's up guys, welcome back to another photo review video. My name is Charles Wollertz, Wollertz Photography, and there's an email right here in the description. Feel free to send me images and I will do my best to review them and help you understand not only a little bit more about photography in general, but also stock photography. So let me get with the first photo here, and oh wow, that looks cool. Alright guys, so the first photo is this lock here, this kind of door safe, rusty kind of thing. It looks cool, I like the blur. In my experience, things like this don't sell or don't get accepted for stock, and they're gonna tell you it's because of focus. If you zoom in, you see that it is sharp. The problem is the depth of field. You don't get enough of the item to see what it is. So you're only telling half the story. If we change the camera angle and go from the top down, you'll see the numbers, you'll see the things. That'll give you a better image. You won't get the blur, but it will give you a stronger image for stock because you're telling the full story, you're showing the whole product. This is something that I've dealt with. I like doing things like this because you get the blur, you get those, but it's just not, for stock photography, it's not the same. I gave it a crop because I wanted to put it on the third, but even then, you know, you have the blur. I don't think it's gonna do anything for stock photography. So again, just try a different angle where you can tell the whole story and show the whole thing, the whole object. Next. All right, the next photo, these are waterfalls. These looks beautiful. The photo is sharp. I'm at 200% because that way you guys can see it. It's from a DJI Osmo Pocket. The cameras are pretty good. It's a little bit better than a cell phone camera. It's great travel photos, but they tend to over sharpen things. The location is great. It has to be an editorial image because there's people. I can't really tell you if this is gonna get accepted or not. If you had a bigger camera, something with a better aperture, I think it would have been much better. Here you can see a little bit of the detail over sharpening that the camera did, but I think this will do well for stock. Editorials, you don't need the quality that you do for royalty-free images because it's more about the content. So if you could find interesting places, people doing things, those editorial shots will sell, and they don't have to be the best quality out there. All right, so the next one is more of the waterfalls from the other side, and the waterfalls here don't have any contrast. That is the lack of dynamic range, everything that's in the shadow, or it's just been over processed. I think the camera settings here did not help, and I don't know if you can even change the camera settings, but there's no detail. This one's not gonna get accepted. I don't know if it was enlarged, something happened, but there's no detail at all in this photo. Even at 100%, you just see the glow around the people. Yeah, this one, beautiful place, but your gear is lacking. I mean, I love the rainbow, the photo, the double rainbow, the photo looks amazing, but you just don't have that detail, and that is because of your camera. So this was not gonna do much for stock. Next. All right, the next one, so that's a church. Again, same one, Osmo Pocket. See, here it's doing better because it's different conditions, different. It doesn't have to fight with the dynamic range. This one is sharp, it looks good. If anything, get lower, try to get all of those trumpet angel things in the photo, getting a little bit lower and trying to look up, just because that's a little bit distracting. But overall, the photo looks fine. More of an editorial photo with people coming in and out of the church would also do well, but I don't see anything wrong technically with this photo. It's just that for compositional purpose, if you drop lower and get more of the angels looking up at the church, I think that would be a stronger image and something that would maybe sell some more. Next one, again, the Osmo. Again, beautiful waterfalls, but again, when you zoom in, you just see the lack of detail. These might go in, and remember, a lot of these agencies are asking for phone photos that you can submit through the app. So there's some apps that work with the stock agencies that you might be able to submit to and sell some of these photos. This one is a little bit smaller. It's only 6 megapixels. The camera quality is not the best, and if it's a popular spot, I'm sure there's gonna be very good quality images. So you need to make yours stand out somehow. Just make them pop, make them good. This one's beautiful. Composition is spot on. Everything looks great. I like the lines. I like how you capture the photo. It's just that the quality is not there, and you're very close to the minimum at 8 megapixels. You know, you're doing great as a photographer, you're doing an amazing job. I just don't know that for stock photography, these are gonna get accepted. And that's 100% the quality of the camera, not the photographer. Next. All right, another Osmo at night. All right, so see here at night, you can start to see all the detail fall away. It doesn't have that sharpness, the crisp detail, and the highlights. I don't think this one's gonna do much for stock either. The lines are good. I like the maybe getting lower, try to include more of these arches to see what's in it, and a little bit more light just to balance it out. Your photos are good, but the camera just needs to be a little bit better. Next. All right, this is a great travel photo, bright conditions, so the camera censored the, Osmo again. How many photos did you send? 100, it's a small photo, but something like this, I've sold images like this before. They're travel photos, they're simple. If you add people, if you add your legs in the pool, some of those would sell more because you have another element. This is almost a saturated market, but it is a very good photo. I like what you're doing with your photography. Just, whenever you can, upgrade to a better camera, and I guarantee you start selling a lot more photos. You got a good eye, you got a good eye for composition and for finding those images. It's just that your gear is limiting you. Next. The next photo is tools on a white background, and they look good. There's a little bit of loss of the detail here on the wrench, but it's a good image. Products, tools, no logos. These are some of the things that sell. This is very well composed, so you have text here in the middle. I think it will do well. I just see here there's a little bit, you can see the texture of the paper you use for the white background. Using Lightroom, adding a linear gradient, you can lift and take away all that detail that was there. So now you have a completely or almost completely isolated photo in white that's going to help you. Having this information, J in Lightroom gives me the highlights and the shadows. By just lifting this, and then you can adjust the gradient too. It doesn't have to go that high. By just lifting that, it's going to give you a clean, easy to use space down here that's totally white. Hit J again, that goes away, and now you can see how you have a before and after with Lightroom is the Y. Now you don't have this here, and it goes from completely white back to your tools. This will make it a lot easier for an editor to use. So good job, good image. Let's go to the next one. All right, the next photo is this bridge. It doesn't have detail. What am I doing here? I don't see what camera this came from. Canon M50 Mark II, ISO 200. It's a very small file, so it's not gonna get accepted, and I can't zoom in to see if it's sharp or not. It doesn't look that sharp from this small file. It's a good image. Compositionally, keeping things on the third is going to help you. So if you move a little bit, and now you can put the tower here, let's say, that will give you a stronger image for stock because you want negative space where you can add text or add anything. It's a good photo, but like I said, it doesn't have the detail, so I can't give you more on that. The only thing I would change here is the composition, physically walking, moving, separating the bridge from the building so it doesn't look like one solid thing. That will help you a little bit. Have some kind of background separation here so the colors are not blending. But that's all I got because the photo doesn't have that detail. And that's just because it is a small file. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. I think this might be a cell phone, just because of the sharpening I got here. And then this is Team something. For stock photo, there's already a lot like this. I know you probably don't want a model release. Showing the people, showing the person, the face. These are the ones that are selling because you want to add all those elements. You want a strong composition. This one's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got good detail. It's focused. It's sharp. But for a stronger image, for something that will sell, you want to include the people's faces, their expressions. For stock, I don't think this is going to do much. I like that he's on a third and you got blue sky as a simple photo. But there's already a lot of images like this. The more you can get the model to interact with the camera, smiles, cheering, the expressions, the eyes, that's when you connect with the image, and that's gonna help you sell more. This one's easy to use and submit it. It might do great, I don't know. But I just think as a stronger image, even if it's an editorial, it doesn't matter. You don't need a model release. As an editorial, to get people cheering, to get the whole crowd, to get the whole scene, will help you a lot more when it comes to selling photos. Next is watermelon. So that is a nice piece of watermelon. Let me go back to 100% and then look sharp. The seeds are sharp. It looks good. Yeah, that's a good stock photo. Food, it's completely isolated, which is fine. It's perfect. And yeah, I've sold images like this. Take a bite out of it. You could do a few different angles, you know, you eating it yourself or something. But no, these are good stock photos. These were selling before. I don't know if they're still selling on that. I sell some of mine here and there, but again, adding a concept, adding a person, putting that on the rim of a glass as a drink, you could see how you could do a whole photo shoot with something like this. But as a photo itself, it's very good. It's got good focus, isolated perfectly. So good job. And let's see the next one. All right, the next one is a green melon with seeds. Everything is sharp. It looks good. It is almost completely isolated, which is perfect. A little bit of, let me adjust the white balance here, just maybe, I don't know, I'm just playing around with it. It's a good photo. It's isolated again. If I remove the blue here from the back, it's going to completely isolate it. And I think it's a good photo. It's sharp, it's clear. Again, adding a concept. You know those little circle things they do in hotels where they scoop out circles and use that? Something like that would give it a different concept. Again, with the same prop, you could get a whole bunch of images. Somebody eating them. Good image. It's a good stock photo. Let me go back to original. It's a good stock photo. It's sharp. It's isolated. It looks good. So great job on this. I'm just trying to give you ideas for more photos that would sell or have potential to selling. Adding what you do with this, how you eat it, if you cube it or if you scoop it into circles, if you garnish something with it, that's another great way of using these photos. So good job, and let me go to the next photo. I guess there's no more next photos, guys. I'm trying to make more videos every month, so I'm gonna limit the amount of photos I do. The longer these videos get, the harder they are to process, and it takes me a very long time to try to put everything together. Today we did 12 photos, so I'm going to try to do more every month. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember there's an email in the description. Go ahead and send me pictures to review, and I will get to every photo. I'm just a few months behind, but I'm getting there. I'll get through all of them. Again, thank you very much. I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.